You.
If you're hearing our voices, that means it's time for It's This Meets That podcast, where we watch the worst movies from trailer and credits scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Nice. Hot start.
Love a good hot start.
So we're back with part 2 of our breakdown of which Saw are we on? 4?
Yep, that's right. Part 2, Saw 4.
I wasn't sure if it was 3 again. I was like, oh no, did we watch 3 again? Saw 4, 2007. Yeah, the regular crew, Tobin Bell.
Yep.
And characters. So
yeah. When we left off, we were talking about the last. What were we talking about when we left off?
we were talking about
Billy the Puppet.
Yeah, the flashback with a safety tip. We ended it with a safety tip. Don't Geppetto yourself, your unborn child, a wooden, terrifying Muppet puppet. So.
That's right. The flashback within the flashback.
Within the flashback. We're just in an interrogation room with the police, FBI interrogating Jill again.
Yes.
Her husband.
That's right. That's all right. Pick her right up. Wait, hang on.
Yeah. What's up?
Someone's at the door.
Yeah.
That's odd.
No, go
guess
check it out.
Leave a recording. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, we always do that.
Yeah, go check it out.
Huh. It's the strangest thing. There's an envelope. Someone slid under the door. It's a little thick. Nobody was there.
Okay.
And it just says on the front, I want to play a game. Not a great sign.
No. You didn't open the door, right? Because remember, don't open doors.
Oh, no, I opened the door immediately. I'm a classic rig.
Come on, man. You're not supposed to open the door.
Yeah, well.
Okay. All right.
Live and learn.
This is creepy.
Okay.
As we're doing the Saw movie, you got an envelope that says, I want to play a game on it?
That's right. Yep. And there's a tape inside, which thankfully I've got a tape recorder here.
It's not inside of a stomach?
Nope. Not this time.
Not this time.
Envelope. Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you got a handy dandy tape recorder?
Always do.
It's funny. Last time I was at your home, I was like, oh, that's cool. An old tape recorder.
I'm a classic Richard Nixon. Record everything.
Record everything, right? ITMT gate. You need to have that.
That's right. It's going to bite me one of these days.
Well, we got 300 plus episodes to bite us, so.
Yeah. I mean, this seems fun because it's tied to the movie that we're doing. Should we just play it for the listeners too?
I guess so. I mean, why not? When in Rome?
Let's find out together.
Let's do that.
Okay. Let me fire it up.
Fire it up.
You're probably wondering what this black chest before you is. Inside lies your precious beers, currently ice cold and locked away in a small cooler.
What?
To obtain it, you must follow my instructions precisely. Fail, and your beloved beverage will warm to an undrinkable room temperature.
Gross European beer. No.
The real nightmare.
Yeah. Ugh. Gross.
Oh, and Jared, don't think about getting another beer from the fridge. It's locked too. And the bathroom also locked.
What?
There's only one way to succeed. Play the game.
This is a nightmare.
I'm a little bit concerned.
Yeah. What is this?
I guess the stakes are relatively low, but.
Yeah, but I mean, still, bathroom is locked?
Bathroom's locked. I like beer.
What a nightmare. What do we do? What happens?
Yes, we got to play the game.
Let's hear it. How do we do it?
Yeah, I'll turn it back on.
Yeah, play it again.
Yeah, I'm not clearing my throat because I'm reading. I'm just turning on the tape.
Yeah. No, I do that all the time before I play tape recorder. Clear my throat.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Step 1. The crochet catastrophe. Locate the cherished bed your mother-in-law lovingly crocheted for your cat. It's also the cat's absolute favorite spot. To proceed, you must face the horror of tearing up the bed and search for the key to the bathroom. Can you bear the guilt of feline displeasure?
I mean, not my cat, so yeah, tear that bed up. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care that much.
Yeah, whatever. The cat will be all right?
Yeah, I mean, the cat tears it up. Like,
yeah, the cat tears up everything. You tear up its bed.
Hang on. Let me go grab it.
All right.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think I found it in the fluff here. It's all full of fluff. There's now yarn everywhere. The cat's just staring at me.
Yeah, wondering what the hell you're doing. I don't come mess with your bed. Well, actually, I do. It's a cat.
Yeah, the cat is always on the bed.
Jerk.
All right, so let me go open the bathroom, I guess, and keep playing the tape.
Yeah.
Step 2. Mousetrap mayhem. Once you've survived the crochet catastrophe, you must navigate the bathroom filled with mousetraps while wearing only your socks. You might think the socks will help, with the traps, but what you don't see is that the floor is wet. One wrong step and you'll face the agony of a loud snap and damp socks.
That sounds terrifying.
There's nothing worse than being mysteriously wet that you weren't expecting.
No, it's the worst thing when you step in a puddle and God damn it.
Oh, my socks.
My socks, too. It's gross. You're like, I gotta get a pair of socks.
Plus mouse traps?
Plus mouse traps? I'm glad this is all happening to you. Ugh.
So far. I mean, I'm assuming there's going to be parts for you.
I hope not.
There sure will be, bud. Okay, let me go check out the sink then, I guess. Let's see. Keep playing the tape.
Yeah.
Step 3. The sink of razor blades. In the corner, you'll see a sink filled with murky water and lurking razor blades. Within the sink lies the boss key. Carefully retrieve it without spilling a single drop of your own blood and move on to your final test.
Whoa.
Okay, this seems pretty quick. And I mean, what's a little blood between boys?
Yeah, I mean, right? Just get it done, right? Go for
nobody's monitoring this. I'll just jam my head in with this sink full of razor blades.
Yeah, do it. Go for it. What's in there?
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
It's so pointy. Hang on. I got the key, though.
Okay. Well, that's good. How's your hand looking? Oh,
not good, dude.
Ooh, yeah. Look a little raw.
I mean, I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Like in this movie.
Yeah.
All right. See what the tape says.
Step 4. Confess the comedy crown. Stand before the microphone and record yourself admitting that your co-host Russ is indeed funnier than you. You better do this with conviction or face the eternal warmth of your beer. If Russ doesn't feel like you did a good job, you must try it again until he's satisfied.
Whoa. All right. Wow. Okay. Easy jigsaw.
Yeah. I mean, no stranger to satisfying Russ, but
yeah, I mean, but jeez. Warm beer or admit,
Oof. I mean, I can't lie on Mike, can I?
The mic pulls the truth from you.
Okay. Well, Russ Capasso. I'm assuming it's more convincing if I use your full name.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Your government name.
Yep.
Yeah, you are indeed much funnier than I am or could ever hope to be, and I can't stop laughing when we're together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
what do you think?
Yeah, that second part was I wasn't totally convinced on the second part, but I kind of believe you. I'm just glad that it's just frustrating. You need a saw trap to realize this,
Right?
I feel like this should have just been known, but
I have the key to the cooler. Like, what? I don't have to do this part.
Oh yeah. You kind of got a rig moment here. Yeah. It's plot holes, just like Saw.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll keep playing the tape. See if there's something that we missed.
Yeah. So what else is going on in here?
Step 5. Unlock the cooler. Stand before the cooler and prepare to unlock it. But there's a twist. Inside the cooler is a cage holding your beer, still locked, this time with a code.
What?
To obtain the code, your co-host Russ must complete his own set of challenges.
What?
Oh, buddy. I mean, it sucks that I don't have a beer yet, but glad that it's not me doing the rest of these.
Oh, why do I gotta do the rest of them?
Hopefully you got your socks on. Well, I mean, beer's not going to get that much warmer, so why don't we talk about the movie a little bit? And
yeah.
Back to this.
Let's put a pin in that one. Sorry, Jigsaw, being parking lot. I didn't see a timer on this. It's just you needing a beer, basically, is what I got. So
really, just the temperature of the beer. Which I mean, it's already been 10 minutes.
Those are high stakes. I mean, really,
it's pretty high stakes.
Pretty high stakes. No one wants a warm beer. Then you got to wait another 20, 30 minutes for it to get cold. You got to put it in the freezer. You got to watch that. So
it's a Pilsner too. Only good as cold as possible.
Oh man, you need it to be cold. Damn it. All right.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So we're back. We'll see how that plays out a little bit later. So we're back in the motel room, Saw Trap number 3.
Yep.
This is the bed of horror. I don't know what it's actually called, but
yeah, bed of horror sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. It's I like to call it stretching out.
Nice.
All right. So we got Rig here. He's with the clerk. He's got him. He's not sure what to do. Right. We got a bunch of quick cut flashes. He's trying to figure out what do I do with this guy? What do I do here? Right.
Motel creep is like super rattled. He's like, I just made some mistakes a long time ago. It's totally fine, right?
Yeah, mistakes. Yeah, okay. And then we move into another room, which is like the red room. And there's a bed, and there's like chains. We get the fast cutting close-ups of all the things, shing, shing, right over. And there's like photos of women who've been like tied up and like beaten and stuff. And then
the director's girlfriend and
yes, with
mom,
director's girlfriend. Yeah, I was like, what the
lawyer.
yeah, and then there's a TV with a CCTV video of Eric and Hoffman there in their little spot to give a little reminder, like, hey, this is what you're going for. Here's your prize. And then we play a recorder, and recorder tells him like, hey, the clerk is kind of a piece of shit. Not kind of is a piece of shit. And you got to get him into position.
Is he a victim or is he a perp?
Like, you got to get him into position to make his choice. So then we get the video playback of the clerk just sexually assaulting a woman, right?
Yep, not great.
Yep, great. And then we get like more flash cuts of like photos and the hanging all over the wall in the room, whatever. And this guy just more cutting back to the video of him.
It's like, I know I was a bad boy.
Oh my God. Can you not? It's gross. Don't say that. Jesus. And he has a choice. So he gets them all chained up, and the guy's got a choice. Either lose his eyes or the body that made him do these things or whatever. Something like that, right?
Yep, that's right. It's lose your eyes or lose your body.
Pretty much.
Like, what do you mean lose your body? We'll find out in a second.
You're going to find out in a second. So this guy chooses his eyes, and we get a little knifey thing.
Smart.
Yeah. Right into his eyeball.
It's like an ice pick.
Yeah, it's like, yay. And then we're sitting there to watch this kind of go down. I think the trap malfunctioned or something, and then all of a sudden just starts pulling his limbs off.
I think he just ran out of time because they only gave him like less than a minute, I think, to make his choice. But yeah, you're right. It does seem awfully quick because he does poke his eyes out.
Yeah, he does. And then he just gets all of his legs and shit get pulled apart and like thrown against the wall, blood splattering everywhere. Like, okay, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
So we got our radar trap.
Riggs like standing outside the door, like listening.
Yeah, he's like,
just like, whoops.
Can't save everybody, I guess. So rate that trap.
Creativity, pretty high.
Yeah, I'm going up there. The eyeball versus getting torn apart. I'm gonna 3 or 4.
Yeah. I think it's pretty good, and also like specific because it's like the eyes for watching the creep tapes that you made.
Good point. Yep. Or the body that you used to
doing the raping.
Yeah. I give a 4. I think there's a little more thematic, the theme attached to the thing that he's doing apart. It's also in a bed where all of his victims were.
Yeah, well thought out.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 in the creativity. Yeah.
Agreed. I agree.
Difficulty to set up.
Also, to set it up correctly.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 3 on the setup. Because it's like standard kind of like cuff you down, and then it's like you need the trap to make sure like you get it just right to his eye. Like,
right? That's like there's everyone's eyes are a little different, probably.
A little bit different, right? Yeah, maybe measured his head so we got the thing right, but okay. That, and then also the mechanism to actually have enough force to pull the limbs off.
Right.
It's a lot of equipment to bring in there. So
your limbs are attached pretty good.
Yeah, from what I know. I'm going to go 4, I think, on setup.
I was going to say 4, yeah. Because
then you have to set up getting rigged to get there, and then you got to make sure he goes through with getting him in there and strapping him in.
Plus, there's multiple motel rooms involved here, and
where you getting all the
creepy red room attached to the other one.
You get the photos. You got to gather all those and hang them up in just the right spot where people can see it for the maximum, effect. So
much work. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 4 in the setup. 4 in the creativity. Difficulty
to escape. Pretty low. I think pretty low because if you did the thing and you just immediately sacrificed your eyes, which is the correct decision, obviously.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously.
That seems like a no-brainer. 2 seconds, I'm out of the trap, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it doesn't work.
You're scarred for sure. Unless it doesn't work, and then you're torn from limb to limb. A 2?
Yeah, I think a 2. 2 makes sense. Because making that choice is tough. Like it's not the same as ripping your mouth open that's been sewn shut.
No,
minor scarring.
Dude. Yeah, come on. You're losing your eyes. You're not going to see again. So okay.
Yeah.
R&Rs. I'm going pretty high on this one, I think.
Yeah.
Still the thought of losing my eyeballs and or getting torn apart. I'm going 4. I'm going 4 on the R&Rs.
Yeah.
R&Rs. Yeah.
I was going to say maybe even 5.
Yeah.
For me, imagine getting your limbs torn off. Ugh.
Yeah, you sold me. 5.
And it's like 1 by 1 too.
Ooh,
it's not all at once.
No.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going 5. Okay.
Yeah.
What would we do?
Uh,
If I'm the guy in the thing, I'm going eyes. I'm going eyes, right?
You gotta go eyes. Yeah,
you gotta go
sure.
eyes.
Why
right?
wouldn't you? But if you're Rig, I don't really know what I would do. I guess I wouldn't.
I'd walk
I
away.
guess maybe I'd stay in the room. Watch. No, is that the wrong answer?
I think that's wrong. I think I'm leaving.
Okay. All
right.
Little column A, little column B.
I feel good about that. All right. So then we're in another flashback. We flash back to in a school, Rig talking to a little girl. And basically we got Rig talking to a little girl in the hallway. And then inside the principal's or whatever office's mom is standing outside. And is Hoffman there? Yeah, Hoffman's there too, right?
Yep. Hoffman's there too. Yep.
And we get the dad, like, little girl's like, I want to go home, whatever. And we got the dad inside being a total creepy and like making these weird faces, doing a finger wag and being like telling her to be quiet. It's like, can you just see this guy doing this? They're doing these things.
Right. And Rig's like, I can get you out of here, but you have to play ball with me, little girl. Like, just tell me what your dad did and I'll make it. I can help you.
Yeah.
She's like, no,
I want to go home. Ugh. And mom's just sitting there letting it all happen. Right. So Rig goes in and just Rock'em Sock'em's the dad there a couple times in the face, and dad's like, you know who I am? I'm just a guy in a suit. You know who I am? You know?
Yep. Yep.
So this is about the halfway point. Then we cut to the police headquarters. We'll come back to the school thing a little bit later, and we learn more what's going on in that room.
Right.
We
back
go to
the interrogation.
Yep, interrogation. Ex-wife talking about the Chinese zodiac now,
which is another gripe / goof that I have with this movie. They're talking about like the year of the pig and stuff a little bit.
It's the pig masks. That's all coming back together.
It's the pig mask, and like totally makes sense for the year 2007 when this movie came out. When did this movie come out?
2007. Yeah.
It does not make sense if you take into account a little bit later when she's like, oh, he did that thing right before he got diagnosed with cancer, which if you're following the timeline was 2003, not the year of the pig.
So, burn ski.
Got him.
Year of the idiot.
No one cares. Yeah.
No one cares. You know what? That was probably in the Bible. So
it probably was. You're right.
The Bible the boys never got. FBI guy's like, what? All right. And then we come back. We got a flashback again. John's waiting for his wife out in a car. This is a very important lore setup here. Yeah, outside the clinic. Yeah. And then a sex worker comes up to him and is like, hey, baby, what you doing? Making some engineering stuff? And he's like...
The sex worker that got punished in Saw 2, I believe.
Oh, I didn't even catch that one. I didn't see Saw 2.
Yeah, smart.
Seesaw. Seesaw.
And they said we wouldn't have some laughs.
I know, right? We joke around too. And he's like,
still a little wet.
Yeah. You're outside of a clinic. Go on, get. And then meanwhile, we get the Jill's inside. She's visibly pregnant. She's trying to leave work. And then we got the asshole from the beginning who had the fight in the hospital. Cecil, where John was just like, hey, man, you don't want to do this. He shows up and he's like, hey, man, my jacket's in there. I left my jacket. I'm like, come on, dude. Enough. You don't remember you left your jacket.
It's obviously a trap.
Clearly a trap. Clearly a non-saw trap. And then he breaks in, holds a knife to her. And he's like, I'm going in there. I'm getting my clinic juice. So he runs in. She's freaked out. And she's in this middle corridor where there's like double doors.
Yeah.
And she's like freaking out. She's like, oh, man. And then Cecil comes running out and slams the door open and hits her.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of ridiculous. And it's like, this is how.
Yeah. He slammed that door real hard.
And let's just say.
Into her pregnant belly.
Let's just say Billy the puppet will not have a play friend. Yeah. So, not good.
She starts bleeding and crying. And
John shows up. Cecil takes off.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then John, we cut to him carrying her into a hospital, and then we wait. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. He throws away his cross into the trash. Can't help them.
It was a cross. I didn't see what it was.
Yeah, and she's like, there's some line about you gotta help, you gotta help them. He's like, you can't help them, they have to help themselves,
Yep, that's exactly right. And then we get back to the interrogation, and Strom's like, I'm not buying it. Because like anytime that she gives him factual information, he's like, that's not true, probably.
Yeah. That's not true, probably. And then that's it. And then we cut back to the motel scene, and we get the FBI guys. They all show up there, and they're like checking out the clerk trap.
Well,
and
that's when one of the guy detective busts in. Is like, Strom, you got to see this. And he's like, okay, she stays right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can only keep her detained for so long.
Yeah, I know. Like at some point, call your Joe Pesci lawyer there. So we get to the motel trap here, and the FBI guy's like, it's definitely Rig. I know it's probably most likely Rig. Like I know she's bullshitting.
Everyone around him always dies.
Yeah, clearly it's him. And then the lady FBI agent Perez there, who's not got much screen time and won't for very much longer, is like, it's not Rig. It's not him. He's being recruited. And he's like, he's being recruited or something like that. And it's like, okay, but whatever.
Yep.
And then
some other guy shows up and he's like, hey, by the way, that lawyer, Art Blank, he went missing like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What? Like, why don't just shoehorn that in? Like,
nope. So then we're in a basement, right?
Yeah, sorry. And then right before that scene, though, that's when they like talk about how like we're the two targets. Is when Strom realizes or thinks he realizes that Perez and Strom are the real targets all along. We're the two cops that are in danger, not whoever else.
Yeah, well, they get that when they go to this next quick scene where they're like in a SWAT team basement because they're looking for something, and we see the tricycle. We see Billy's tricycle hanging up, and then they're like, wait a second, we're the targets. So then we cut back to the cop trap, and Donnie slips on the trap. We get a sense of what the trap is. So he slips off. There's a weight thing going on, that the weight goes up and then the water fills up, which rolls down to the feet of Hoffman to electrocute him, which flashes over to show us electrical thing, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. And Donnie's, like, all of Donnie Wahlberg's lines in this movie are, you. Like, doesn't say anything else, basically.
So then we finally get a shot of the other third man who's in the room, who's kind of holding them hostage here, had his face covered up before, and it's time for another flashback. So
is that Art Blank?
Sure is, buddy. So that is the creepy dad's lawyer for the kid back at the school. Yeah. And then Hoffman stands up for Rig. He's like, nah, he didn't punch him or something like that. And everyone's like,
yep,
he attacked my client, whatever.
This scene, I lost my way a little bit. I got a little sucked up in the chaos.
And then the lawyer is like, he looks to Hoffman. He's like, hey, this will come back to bite you. You know that, right? Which is, I'm sure it will. So then we're back to the cop trap. Nothing really happens here. Just they make faces at each other, I think. Or they're just making faces.
Everyone just like looks at each other.
Yeah.
And says, like, motherfucker.
All right. And then we're back at the school where the little girl was from earlier. With Rig. He's walking around because like the school looks like it's abandoned. There's like writing all over the place or something like that.
It's like the school / warehouse. Yeah.
It's all the same location, Toronto. Yeah. And then we're saw trap number 4, I think, right? Yeah. And we got like, so he's this jump in time here, by the way. It's 20 minutes since he was at the motel clerk trap to this one. So he's making some good time.
Yeah. 33 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah. It was 52 when he was at the motel. Yep. So
not bad.
Yeah, so then we open a schoolroom here, probably the same room that the guy was in detention with Saw 3. Remember the thing through the mouth and all the hooks? Yeah.
Oh, probably, yeah.
And it's the parents. That's the dad and the mom who were abusing the kid. The mom who wasn't really helping, and the dad who was doing all the abusing. And they're like tied together back to back, and they've got like arrows like in certain points of their body, and we keep these flash cuts of like an anatomy of like a human body and like all the points where they are.
Yep, that's right. And then they do say what you will. One of the nice things that I appreciate about Saw is that it's not like a jump scare movie.
No.
Except for right now, because then they do a quick, like, the mom wakes up. I did it. I won.
Yeah.
And then Rig's like, oh.
And then we do, because now it's a flashback to the trap setup and what goes on here. So we have the wife playing with the recorder, more super fast flash cuts. And she can disconnect
herself. How many broken bones have you suffered at the hands of your husband?
Right.
Blah,
and you can
kill that guy.
You can disconnect yourself from the thing that's brought you so much pain. And your heels will wound, his won't. And we go on about that. She starts pulling him out, and it goes faster and faster, right? And more flash cutting and yelling. Rig now has a choice to save the woman, I think, right?
No, she has to save herself. He gives her the tool to save herself again. That's the whole theme here, right?
Well, yeah. But that's right. He has to give her, but
As
she
usual.
can't do it until he gives him the tool. So
Exactly. Yep. She can't get the last one out until she. Yeah.
okay.
Which I don't really understand because she
I
got
don't
all the
either.
other ones out.
Yeah, I don't know. So she's
It's
like,
dumb.
and when she gets out, she's like, thank you. And then he finds another clue, which is basically go home. And probably another photo of Tracy.
There was another photo of Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah, thought so.
Like basically they give him a key. They're like, the key to your next destination is just off the map, and he like turns over the map and he's like, oh, a key.
And then there's another crazy flashback to all the various letters from each scene. There's like, because there's letters from each trap.
Yeah.
Right. And a random G on the sign behind Jigsaw. He took a photo with his buddy when they bought the workshop, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm sure this will come back. I mean, we all know it's going to come back. And then he's running out. He pulls the fire alarm to, probably get people there to save her.
Which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice for him. So then we're cop trap. Donnie's losing it. Doesn't want to play anymore. It's pretty much it.
He's like, let me die. And you're like, no.
So now we're back to the school trap with the detectives and the FBI. This is hilarious. So we're back at the school trap, right? And they're like, Rig didn't kill this guy. The wife did, whatever, right? And then there's this. They cut to this guy who's off the side who's like dusting like the trap with like a little thing, whatever. And a thing goes off, and an arrow goes right through the head of the photographer lady who's like taking photos in like trap 2 or 3. And the FBI guy was like, "Hey, can you move out of here?" And it like cuts to her, and she's got an arrow right through the head. I was like, "Oh, I guess that's."
It's wicked funny and so unnecessary.
It's so unnecessary, so unnecessary. But we do learn that the lawyer was a lawyer for everyone.
That's right. Yeah,
it's kind of a key.
Some other guy, because again, the FBI agents that we see here are not the ones doing any of the actual work. It's like all the people around them that are like, that are like, oh, by the way, we just figured out we're doing the actual police work. That guy's a lawyer for all of them.
Okay,
cool. We got to find the next location.
So
then it's literally
in the school. Still,
Agent Strom just like running around with his gun.
Him and Perez. They both have their guns, right? And they find another room with a little letter on it where it says instead of office has a B on it. I was like, what?
Yep, opened another unsecured door.
Like, guys, what are you doing here? So then we find a room with some lit candles and Billy just sitting there by himself on a chair with a recorder on his neck. And he's like, don't touch anything. And she immediately goes in and like plays a recorder. And and then the recorder's like, just so you know, Agent Perez, your partner will take an innocent life or something like that. And then your next move is critical. Literally says your next move is critical. And she's like, what's in his face? And she's like leaning closer and closer to Billy's face. And you're like, don't do it, lady.
Something's beeping. You're like, no, don't go towards the thing that's beeping. Run away.
Run away. Run away from the beeping. She gets closer and closer. And Billy's face just explodes and like shards of metal go right into her face, into her skull. I was like, what? So she's done. And she had zero purpose in this entire movie. She literally did nothing.
Like, paramedics. We need paramedics.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you do, bud.
Nope, she didn't even move the story along.
So then FBI bro, he grabs another set of keys somewhere. Was there keys inside there? I didn't see, but there was a set some keys, whatever. So he grabs that. We're back at the cop trap.
Yep. Eric's still hanging out, and he's not looking so good. Looks like he's kind of dying.
Dying. He's like kind of dozing off a bit.
The big sleep.
Or does he? So the lawyer's like, hey, man, don't do that. And he comes over and he's going to go grab him. He's like, Donnie does a little attack move. Yeah.
That's right. Do the kick and struggle.
Doesn't mean anything. And then the lawyer's like, here's a gun and here's a live round to take a life or whatever. Bullet to live or die.
The whole thing. He's like, I'm not the one that you got to worry about. There's 20 minutes left. We just have to stay alive until the clock counts down, and then all three of us get out of here. That's all we got to do.
Yeah.
Like there's some other guy that we need to pass his test, and then we all can go free. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
And that's when he gives Eric the gun and a bullet for some reason, and is like, live or die, your choice. Which you're like, what? He has like 3 ways to kill himself now.
Yeah. He can do all 3 at once if he wants to.
Yeah. Like what?
Okay, so we go back to the HQ, police HQ. We get the FBI guys like, hey, I got some bad news to Perez's mom.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, screaming at Jill again. He's like, "Who were John's associates before he went insane? You got to talk to me. We've only got 15 minutes."
So in between this, he like does the classic cop toss the table thing, but then he figures something out, and then it's when he goes back to the interrogation room, and he's like, "What's with it all? What's with it all?" And then that's when he pieces things together. He's like, "Wait a second, the lawyer." The lawyer is an accomplice here.
What happened between Jigsaw and Art Blank? And that's when I think I could really go for a beer. So, should we pick back up where we left off?
Yeah, man, I gotta get us. I gotta get us out of this trap here. Yeah, let's play that recorder. What's next?
Please and thank you. I don't think that you have a beer at the end. That's what I'm like. I don't know if you get a reward at the end of all this.
No, that's the whole thing. I have to save you, right?
I think so.
This is how this goes.
Yeah, that's right. Instead of saving myself. So. Right. Let me play the tape and just see what's next.
Yeah.
Step 1, the cup challenge. Russell, you must retrieve the first number from a broken cup in your kitchen sink. But the sink is filled with broken glass and rubbing alcohol, and you must carefully fish out the correct piece without cutting yourself and suffering the sting of the alcohol that'll probably make your wound really uncomfortable.
Okay. We got a big sink thing going on here.
Yeah, what's with the sinks? I don't know, man. It looks like you're drinking warm beer. Sorry, dude.
Come on, bud. I really need this. I really, really need this.
If you see how much glass is broken in my sink, though?
Yeah, not great. I had to do the same thing with razor blades.
Wait, what am I looking for in here? What am I looking for?
There's a piece of a cup that's got a number on it.
Oh, I see it. Oh, it's in the bottom right corner. Come on, man. And this thing is filled with rubbing alcohol?
That's right. Just don't touch the broken glass. It'll probably be fine.
All right. I do this all the time. Give me a second here, okay? All right.
Wait, you do this all the time?
Yeah. Yeah. I prepare for saw traps, bro, my off time. Broken glass is saw trap number 1.
Right. So smart.
Okay. I'm doing pretty good here. I'm doing pretty good. I got like a small nick is okay, right? I just don't want to cut my hands up too much, right?
Or is it I mean, again, I think there's really no consequence other than like it's gonna sting.
Oh, okay, all right. That's all right. I got through it. I got it out of here. It's fine. Look at that.
Okay, you got the first number for my padlock here. Appreciate that.
Yep, it's 5.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Let me go back to the tape.
The remote riddle. Navigate a hallway, your hallway, filled with tangled live wires to try to find your TV remote.
I don't know, man. Didn't you just walk through that hallway to get to the kitchen?
Well, I got a short hallway. It's not really, I don't know. I mean, there are wires out here. Is there somebody
in your house?
I don't know. My door's closed. But yeah, I mean, well, I was just in the kitchen. I came back in here. I didn't see the wires, but now I see the wire. Oh, okay, there they are. Yeah, because I closed the door to come back in here now. Mm-hmm. Who has the time to do this?
I don't know.
The second number is taped to one of the wires, but beware. The second number is taped to the remote, but beware, the wires may deliver a mild electric shock if touched.
Ow. Okay,
don't touch the wires, dude. Just get the remote.
I have to get the remote, but the number's on the wire. What am I getting?
Yeah, it's the number's wherever you want.
Why am I getting the remote for then?
For me.
Okay, it's broken anyways. I gotta order a new one, but okay. All right, give me a minute here, okay? Because there's a lot of live wires in here. So
yeah, have you been changing your TV like on the TV like an old person?
Sometimes you got to do it. Get my steps in. Say you get your steps in. All right, these aren't that bad. I can actually get through this. This is pretty easy. So nice. I don't know. Whoever set this up just kind of did. It's kind of amateur hour. Like I wouldn't even call this a jigsaw.
Okay, good.
It's like one of those jigsaw puzzles. There's like 10 pieces. It's like for like the elderly or blind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, I got the next number.
Okay.
2.
Beauty. Alrighty.
And I got the remote. I got the remote too. I got the remote. What do I do with the remote now?
Yeah. Nothing. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, throw it away. You said it was broken.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it reminds me to shut my TV off.
I still need 2 more numbers here. So
2 more numbers. All right, let's go. Is there a clock ticking?
I'm assuming. Yeah. Do you have clocks?
Yeah, we got 20 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah. Back to the tape.
Step 3, the bike obstacle. Your bike is outside
under
a tree riddled with hornets. To get
thank
the third number, you must cover yourself in maple syrup and retrieve your bike. Careful not to provoke the hornets that love maple syrup.
Is that true?
One sting could be your downfall.
Is that true?
Hornets, I don't know, man.
Hornets love maple syrup, or is it bees?
Look like a hornetologist?
I don't know, man. I gotta lather myself in maple syrup
Yeah, I don't know who's enforcing this, but like you got to do what it says, dude.
Jesus, this might take a little bit. It's going to take a little bit. I have to go outside. Thank God I have enough maple syrup left here. Thank God I have a gallon of maple syrup in my refrigerator, which I don't remember buying, so maybe they put that in there. Okay, well,
Probably it's expensive.
yeah, this is a high price game here. Okay, hold on. And there's another number on my bike.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, all right, hold on. Give me a few minutes here.
Okay.
All right,
Avoid the hornets.
I did pretty good. I lathered myself up in maple syrup and
How many stings?
just 2. Yeah.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, no, apparently I'm a hornet whisperer, so we're good.
Lazy hornets.
Yeah, just go on, get. That's what I told them, and they did. So,
Not that I'm mad about you being stung less. Just
No,
I had
no,
to do a
it's-
lot of stuff earlier.
yeah,
Wet
no,
socks.
yeah. Well, yeah, wet socks is probably worse than getting stung by a hornet. The next number here is 13. So 5213.
13. It's a 1
Is it
through
padlock?
9. It's a padlock.
I thought it was like a thing where you had the combination. Oh, it's not a combination. Oh, padlock.
Oh, no, you're right. I lifted up the padlock and there's a combination lock underneath it.
Yeah. So
The
5213.
padlock's just for decoration.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. Or maybe it's a 1 and a 3. Maybe it's the last 2 numbers. I don't know, man.
No, there's one more thing, I think. I'm
Okay.
assuming.
Okay. What's next?
Back to the tape.
Step 4. The milk tub.
I don't like this.
Your mortal enemy, milk.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like yours is peanut butter, except you'll die. Mine is milk. I'll just get sick. So.
Yeah, just a little farty. Let's see here.
The last number is written at the bottom of your bathtub, which is filled with milk. And the drain is packed with harmful chemicals, so you can't just drain it. You just have to drink the milk to reveal the number. No buckets, no scooping allowed, just drink it. And now, if you look behind you, the bathroom door is also locked. And then if you drink the milk all the way, it'll trigger the mechanism to unlock it.
So I'm already in the bath. Sorry, yeah, I brought the microphone in.
Yeah,
As you were doing this, I brought
Exactly.
the mic in the bathroom to see. I
appreciate that.
This is
Does it sure is a milk-filled tub, right?
sure is, man. There's a lot of milk in here.
A whole tub full of milk, dude.
I think the human body can only handle like maybe 2 pints of milk. I don't know.
Yeah, isn't the gallon challenge a thing? Well, you're probably gonna end up puking.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely end up puking. You have to give me probably a while on this one.
Okay.
Let me give me. I'm not good with milk. I'm not good with milk. All right.
Totally worth it, so I can have a beer.
Yeah. Let me. All right. Give me a good 10 minutes, okay?
Yeah, sure.
A few moments later.
You don't look so good.
No, dude, that was not fun. This better be the best beer on the planet because I am shitting myself left and right.
Yeah, listeners, you can't see it, but he also brought the camera into the bathroom with him, and it is not great.
I've never vomited so much in my life.
Yeah,
That is,
it's a war zone.
yeah, that's not good. That's not good. But I did get the last number.
Okay.
I think, right? Is this the last one?
Yeah, what do you got?
22.
2. Okay. Right on. I think there's still a little tape left.
Yeah. Okay. Whew.
Just finish it off while I open this lockup and get my beer.
Sure.
Once Russ has faced these horrors and obtained all 4 numbers, he must tell them to you. Jared, the numbers correspond to the symbols on the lock, the cup, the remote, the cheese, and the bike, which...
There's cheese?
I guess the cheese is the milk?
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. It's all dairy.
Okay.
It's all not good for me.
Enter the correct sequence to unlock the cage and retrieve your, hopefully not warm beer. Good luck.
Okay.
All right. Well,
You need the code?
insert opening a beer sound here.
Oh, yeah, because you got it, right? Because I gave you the code. You get the
That's
code.
right, bud.
Okay. Whew.
Whew,
Jesus.
It is too warm to be enjoyable.
No. So, no.
We goofed.
We goofed. Okay.
Was it worth it?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one drinking the beer. No.
Yeah, I got wet socks and bloody hands, and you got bloody
Stung by a
hands and
hornet. I'm covered in maple
diarrhea-covered
syrup. I
socks.
got diarrhea-covered socks. I'm still vomiting from all the milk.
Huh.
Yeah.
And the cat's still sitting in the corner looking at me real angry.
Yeah,
like she's
so-
probably gonna eat my face when we go to sleep. So.
Yeah, probably. You're getting your eyeball scratched out the chew trap there. Okay.
Oh man. Well, if there's one thing I learned, don't open an unsecured door.
That's right. And don't go into a room when a door. Yeah, no, don't do that. Creativity. We got to rate the trap, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
5.
It was pretty elaborate.
It was elaborate, and there was involved 2 people having to help each other out, and I'm going
across
5.
FaceTime.
Yeah. Maple
Somebody was
syrup
live in your house apparently while you were there
doing these things. That's crazy. Difficulty setup. I'm going 5. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of setup. That's a lot of milk to put in my tub.
Very coordinated.
Yeah, very coordinated. And to put chemicals down there that I can't drain for some reason. Like the live wires.
The live wires. Good thing you didn't touch the milk to the live wires.
Right.
It's probably conductive too, I'm assuming.
Probably it's a liquid, right?
Difficulty to escape. Maybe like a 3. I don't know. Like, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. The milk is
pretty
the worst
uncomfortable.
part. Yeah, that's pretty bad because I can't actually drink that much milk. So
we're both pretty uncomfortable. So
yeah, I'm surprised it was that I was forced to drink milk from a carton because there's a number at the bottom of the carton.
Right? Oh, maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Saw 5. Here we come. Or NARS. I'm going pretty high in this one of 4 because maple syrup. Yellow Jackets, and
I had to watch you shit yourself.
And all that milk. It's making me sick rethinking about it. I'm still sick from it.
Yeah, and look at how sad the cat is.
Wet socks. Oh, nar.
Oh, nar.
I don't know if what would you do? We did it, so I think that answers that.
Yeah, I mean, this one happened to us. So listeners, we do offer you. It's for the entertainment. It's for a nice, cold, slightly warm beer.
What would you do?
What a world.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. So
Should we talk about the movie?
Yeah. So let's wrap this up. We're coming to the end here. So we're back in the John's workshop here, and we got the wife, the ex-wife, soon to be, I don't know, whatever. She's leading the lawyer, the Joe Pesci look like here, art blank to John's warehouse space. And she's like, yeah, she just basically set him up here. Billy the puppy
John,
gets...
don't be mad. And you're like,
yeah.
Of course, you're not supposed to do this.
Yeah. So Billy Puppy gets
He's
knocked
pissed.
over, and lawyer looks like Mr. Pesci. And John is not happy. He's just like, lawyer's like, I don't know, man. Doesn't he feel like your designs are important? Yada, yada, yada. And
yeah, this is when it gets like even more convoluted. And I feel they must have missed part of the story or something because he's like, John, look, even though I know you got cancer now, you got to finish those buildings. 40 low income families are depending on those buildings. And you're like, why does the lawyer care about, like, I guess he's a lawyer / business partner, but also like, what?
Yeah.
And John's just like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, take care of yourself.
Good luck with that cancer, buddy.
Also leaves, which you're like, what? I don't understand.
We're back at the HQ interrogation here. Wife's going on about John's past.
He was diagnosed with cancer after that, apparently, because she says explicitly, he blamed me for losing the baby, and he was diagnosed with cancer shortly after that.
Yeah. And we get another flashback inside the interrogation room of John getting cancer. Yeah, he gets in a car accident, and some metal is through his body, and he pulls that out. I'm like, what is this about?
Yeah, which also there was not a giant, like there's like a big pole through his body, basically. Yeah. There was not a pole-shaped scar on his body that we saw at the morgue naked earlier. So. And
this is probably going to get a flashback in another movie. Be like, oh, this is how we got in a car accident. Whatever. So the wife is in the warehouse. She finds photos of the dirtbag Cecil. Yes. And then we get a flashback montage within a flashback now of John putting together the first ever saw trap.
Well, he pops up behind her and grabs her arm and he's like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And she's like, what did you do to him? And then that's when he's like, I taught him not to take life for granted.
Yeah, which you should, right? So, So basically, we had a flashback of him like following Cecil around and then tracking him down. Year the Pig.
It takes so long.
Celebration going on. It's like, okay. And then does the old chloroform in a pig mask move?
Been there.
Does this pig mask smell like chloroform?
Yeah.
So then we are in the first ever saw trap. We're now within a flashback within a flash. No, we're still in the same flashback.
Inside of another flashback. Yeah, because all of this is a flashback from the interrogation.
Yes, right. Right. It's a flashback from the interrogation, and then a flashback from that flashback to the first saw trap. So we were too deep. Yeah. So we got the dude tied to a chair, and he's got like knives sticking into his arms or something like that every time he moves or whatever.
Oh, my arms are kind of stuck. I'm really uncomfortable.
So John is going on about how like he's talking about how time's a construct or whatever. I think, all right, dude, settle down.
Killed his child. And he's like pretty rattled about it. And he's like, let me explain. And you're like, I don't think you can really explain that.
Yeah, you kind of like don't open a door that
did.
Yeah, you don't need to slam a door open like that. Just walk out. So,
right.
And he's like, yeah, your first ever choice, whatever. I do love the guy's like, I don't have a soul, man. And then John giving all of his philosophy on life. This is all his mottos and all this sort of stuff. Yada yada yada. And then we get the shot from the trailer. It's the knife tool. It's like a bunch of like kitchen knives, all like staggered.
Yeah, and it's like, this is the tool that's going to save your life.
And then we get the first saying of it. I want to play a game.
You got to match your face with the ugliness of your soul.
I don't have a fucking soul, man. And then he puts the thing over the mass saw, the blade thing over his head. And how he gets out of this one is he's got to push his face hard enough into the blades to push through them to push a thing that will release the things on his hands, his restraints.
Yep. Which seems a little ridiculous.
Bit much. The guy,
because then he's like, or the alternative is you sit here and bleed out from those like knives that are stabbing your arms.
Yeah, that's
like,
that's
what?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he got him in the wrist. So
yeah.
So the guy starts doing it. He's like, whatever. So he leans in, starts pushing his face. He's getting there. I was like, this is brutal.
Making it way worse for himself. He's like smooshing his face all around.
He's like motorboating the knives. He's like,
it's so dumb.
Dude, just get in there and do it.
Yeah.
So then I don't know if he hits it or not, but he like gets out of the trap, like the chair falls apart or something.
I think the chair breaks. Yeah.
so this is hilarious. So the chair breaks.
The first trap, Russ.
Right. You know, he's just an engineer. So the guy's like standing there. He's like all bloodied, and he's just like, "Oh, you're dead, man. I'm coming after you." And this was the funniest thing. John's just standing there, and he's like, "Okay." And then the guy goes running after him, and John literally just steps to the right, and the guy like falls into like a basket of like razor barbed wire, razor wire.
It's so funny.
like, dude, I know you're stressed, but you didn't see the box of razor wire over there before you sit in the chair. Like, look around the room, know where you are.
And he's just like wriggling around in the razor wire. He's like, "Ow,
don't
man,
move,
ow.
don't move."
Oh, it's silly. And then we assume that he dies from that.
I'm guessing yes. So, do we want to rate the first trap?
I think so.
We have 2 left. I think this is it.
Creativity. Not bad.
Yeah.
Like a 3 or 4 probably, right?
Yeah, I give it 3.5 maybe. Yeah. Creativity. Simple to the point, you know. Difficulty setup. I think like the mechanism for the knives to push where you have to put enough pressure on them then to hit the thing.
Right.
That's a little complicated. It's weird that worked out, but the chair fell apart. So maybe set up, get a better chair next time. But
yeah, and you have to assume, maybe he thought that the chair was going to fall apart, and that's why he put the razor wire behind it. Like,
you think it was all?
Think about it that way. Maybe it's more elaborate than we think.
All right, I'm going to go with a 3.
Yeah, I think 3 works.
3, right? Difficulty to escape. Oof.
I mean, it's going to hurt, but
it's going to hurt like
difficulty.
A son of a gun.
Not that hard.
I mean,
you just have to do it.
You have to do it. Yeah, which that's the tough part. I'm giving it a 3. I think it's like right there.
Yeah, a solid 3. Just because it's going to hurt your face.
It's going to hurt your face. You're going to be scarred for life, you know?
Yeah.
And then R&Rs, I'm putting it pretty high. I'm putting it a 4. Because sitting in a chair with your knives in your wrist and then that being like, oh man, I got to push my face in these things, knowing you have to do it, knowing it's right there.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah. Going high. I'm going 4. High R&Rs.
Couldn't agree more. What would Dustin Hoffman say? And by Dustin Hoffman, I mean Detective Hoffman. What would Dustin Hoffman say?
I'm working here. I get my knives definitely at Kmart. What would we do? What would we do here? I mean,
I think you just push like just one straight shot, one fluid, like ow.
Yeah, right? I think you just got to
squirm around.
No, you got to go all right. breathe, and then just right through, and just quick, right? Just hit it and go.
Yeah, it has to be.
You can't ease yourself into it because the harder you push is how it works. But if you do like a right,
or I guess get a better sense for how janky it is, so that way like maybe you do just rip the arm off.
Yeah, just rip the arm off and then and don't go and make sure you realize that there's a bucket full of razor wire behind John.
Yeah, don't lunge at the guy.
No.
Like, just be like, look, I did it. I saved myself. Now you have to let me go. Isn't that your rules?
Yeah. There's
He's
a
like,
Bible
I didn't
about this.
receive those rules. We already filmed this.
So then we go back to flashbacks. I think another flashback within a flashback again. I don't know. So then this is where John smashes that fancy clock that's been running for 300 years.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he does the old check out your new car, and he pulls off like a blanket off like a coffin that's got like broken glass inside of it.
Yeah.
What was that for? Was that for another?
I don't know, because at that point his wife had already walked out. So like,
yeah, like whose trap is it? Like, going to pop up in Saw 5 or 6 or 1 or 2 or whatever? 2?
yeah, maybe it was in one of the earlier ones, and I just don't remember.
Maybe 2 is the only one. It wasn't in 3, so.
But you're right. Like, the reveal is lost because they don't show you that part. Like, they show you everything else. Just show us what that was.
Yeah. So then we cut to, so this is where things are speed up real quickly. It's a classic Saw movie. So we're back in the interrogation here, and then we still got the 4 walls build a home thing. FBI guy's looking at the photos, and he's like, I think I figured it out. I think I got
Your son was named after John's first building, right?
Whoa.
Where is it?
Geopold. What was the name of the building?
Gideon. Geopold. That's right. Geppetto.
Yes, shall name my son Geopold. So he goes and yells at the wife right in her face. He's like, where is it? Where is the building? I'm like, dude, you this is easy detective work. Like,
Google it.
you have the name of the building. Like, you have records. It's in like a photograph. It's in an article, news article. Like,
yep, it's 2007. Like, Google it.
yeah, you probably have an iPhone on you at this point.
Definitely.
So then we get to the cop trap.
Well, we're back with Rig first, and he finds some card that's like, gotta have patience, don't run through doors.
Remember who you're saving.
That's all I know how to do.
And then, so this makes this one even worse. Like, remember, the note says, like, remember who you're saving. And it's like,
think about it for a second.
So then we cut to the boys here, the boys in the cop trap, and they're like,
Eric and Hoffman
this whole scene is them just like tracking, or just the camera, maybe not even them, like tracking a chain that leads up to the ceiling and like to the door or whatever. The lawyer sees that final test is written on the door on the outside.
Yeah, and I love that the lawyer's just like, better hope he doesn't come through that door. You're like, wait, what? And then Eric spends again, he's got 2 lines. One is F you, and the other one is who's coming through the door.
Yeah, that's it.
And like, he's gonna say it 15 times in the next 10 seconds.
Oh my god. So then we cut back to the warehouse. Rig is closing in. He's moving down corridors, yada yada yada. Yep. FBI guy shows up. Guy shows up.
Strom.
He shows up now. He's going through the corridors, the same warehouse. Same warehouse now. Same warehouse.
Yep.
Same time.
All the wall messages.
Seeing all the wall messages. Yeah, which we saw a little bit of in 3.
We got 3 minutes and 41 seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
Counting down here.
Counting down. Time's ticking. We got Rig is then surrounded by a bunch of blood words. He's like, what's going on? Does that quick flash thing and speeds up, right? And then the lawyer has some rig in his back. He takes off his coat, his hoodie, whatever, and we see he's got something in his. He's all hooked up. Yeah.
Which, did you notice that the thing was definitely like designed to do something to his spine? Like, it was like blades like attached to his spine or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the way that he leaned over, like it was far enough away that it probably wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah,
like,
I don't. Yeah,
like
it was.
He also could have just left.
Poor construction. Yeah. So then we get so when he has the rig in his back, we get a flashback to the very first trap in the beginning, the mausoleum one, and that's him. He's writing something on a board or something like that. Then big spoilers, which we already told you, Jeff.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. Also walking
twist
around the warehouse from 3.
Yes. So we're like, this is running in parallel with the end of 3 right now. So I was like, wait a second, is this Jeff after the end of 3 now looking to get out of here and like maybe runs into this? No, it's
not quite.
It's the end of 3, just all running in parallel. So we have all 3 of these guys running around the same warehouse looking for different things. Boys are freaking out. We got the camera showing the FBI bro. They see Jeff on the camera, right? And this is all running in parallel with the end of Saw 3. Same warehouse.
Yep.
The lawyer literally then has a button that says release, big red button that says release on it.
Yeah. And he's like, just get me out of this thing. Who's coming through the door? Through the door?
Everyone's worried about who's coming through the door, right? And then we get into wrap up mode here. Here we go. FBI guy's behind the door when you can hear the sawing happen from the end of Saw 3, right? So he's at that door. Then Rig shows up. He busts through the door because that's what he does. The one that says final test, right?
Yep.
The lawyer's like turns around. He's got a gun. Rig is like, put that thing down. They both shoot each other, right? Which kicks off the cop ice trap. This is a major Rube Rube Goldberg machine here.
Yep.
This is awesome. So that kicks off the ice trap, which the thing above Donnie Wahlberg are two giant blocks of ice or something.
Ice, I think.
Yeah, that come down and just smash his head.
Yeah, it's wicked funny.
I was like, oh, that's out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then I was like, wait a second, doesn't that mean Hoffman's going to get electrocuted?
Yep, so the weight goes down. That starts filling up the water in Hoffman's feet. Then we cut to a flashback. And the FBI guy opens the door and...
Well, this isn't a flashback. This is a flash current.
That's right.
He's opening the door on Jeff, right? Jeff's
that's right.
Where's my daughter?
Right. Yeah, this is just current. I was thinking it was like a flashback to that movie. No, it's like happening right now.
Yeah. And like, poor Jeff.
Poor Jeff. So then the end of Saw 3 was him in the room with Jigsaw's dead. Amanda's in there who he just shot, and his wife's
also
head,
dead.
And his wife's head is exploded. So he's standing there now. I think his daughter is the only thing that's left.
Yep.
FBI guy opens the door because he's got the key that he got from when partner's face got blown off with shrapnel.
Yep.
He opens the door. FBI guy's like, whoa, shoots Jeff.
He shoots Jeff like 4 times, and you're like, and then so unnecessary.
Looks around the room and basically sees the end of Saw 3, and he's like, oh, man, spoilers.
Wait, maybe I shouldn't have shot Jeff. Where is his daughter? Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. So then we get like the big wrap-up moment here, right?
Yeah, so then that's when we come back in. The lawyer who's on the ground with his gun wounds, and Rig, who's on the ground with his wounds. Right. And the lawyer's like, hey, man, Jigsaw's testing you. Like, Jigsaw's testing you. You got it.
Yeah.
And he's like, there is no test. You're Jigsaw. And he like shoots him. He shoots the lawyer in the head. And you're
so
like,
the lawyer's dead.
Why?
Because the cops in this movie are just not very good.
Yeah. And like, meanwhile, Hoffman like starts to like undo his stuff there while Riggs just on the ground, like rolling around like, oh man, I can't believe I killed Eric and the lawyer.
So Riggs screwed up because he's trying to save everyone, but ended up killing everyone.
Yeah. Flashback voiceover to never go through an unsecured door.
Bunch of flashbacks cutting back to all the things, like set up all these things, like, yeah, okay. And then Hoffman's because
learn how to let go.
He comes over and he's standing over Rig because he's the dirty cop, which we knew from the very beginning, and he's part of this setup. And then he walks out. Hoffman just walks out and he's like, game over.
Yeah. He's like, instead of saving anyone, you killed everyone. Game over. See you later. And just like leaves.
So is Riggs alive, right? He was shot, but like he wasn't dead. He's just there, right?
Pretty fine. Yeah.
Okay. So then he walks out, game over. And then Hoffman walks over to where the FBI guy was in the room, and he seals the door and locks him into the room with Amanda, Jeff, and Jigsaw, and everyone else. All the bodies. Which, what does that do to him? Is he just still alive in that room then?
At least for a little bit. I mean, obviously, like the autopsy,
right?
Jigsaw at some point. So, like,
right,
probably not that long. Like he's just locked in there for.
Or is it just a big all setup to set up the FBI guy? He's the last man standing. All these people are dead.
Well, no, because the FBI guy must get out because the autopsy Jigsaw, which is when they do the Hoffman tape. At the beginning,
so he's just of the end. He just locks him in there, so he doesn't know that it's Hoffman. Yeah. That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
right.
I think he's just like a little uncomfortable for a little bit.
That's fair. And then we don't flash back. It's not a flashback. It's actually the end of the movie. We're back in the morgue.
Flash forward, yeah,
and it's Hoffman listening to the tape.
Yeah, it's like, heard. You think you're going to walk away untested? Unlikely. Hoffman, my boy.
You're done. So this isn't the beginning.
I'm still among you.
This isn't the end. This is just the beginning.
Except it is the end, thankfully.
All right, so
not the series.
Let's ameliorate on this one, huh?
Yeah.
Time is good. Hour and a half. I love that. The editing is frantic and crazy as all these movies are, but I think that's just part of it. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
It's a little long. You could cut 10 minutes.
Do we need to rate the last trap here? The climax trap? The cop trap? The ice trap?
Oh, yeah. I guess we probably should.
Do that real quickly, right? So creativity. I'm going to go pretty high in this one. I'm going to give it a 4.
I was going to say 5 because like the ice blocks and all the shootings.
Yeah, making sure the heater's right so you don't melt it too fast. Right. They make sure the weight is right.
Down the hallway situation with having the FBI guy shoot Jeff. Like there's so many things here.
There's a lot of layers. You're right. I'm recounting. I'm recounting my vote there. I'm going 5 on that one.
Yeah, it's an all time.
Yeah, electricals thing. Okay, difficulty setup. That's
pretty
5.
complicated.
I'm giving a 5.
You got to know a lot about human behavior here. You got to have studied these people, what they're going to do.
You got to keep Donnie Wahlberg alive for 2 movies, a movie and a half. Like keep him in prison, where that is.
Ice blocks cold.
Food, make sure he's getting food, making sure, you know what I mean?
Yep.
making sure the ice blocks are on time. You know, who's delivering those? And be like, oh, what's this for, man? Don't worry about it. Like, you can't carry an ice block by yourself. You have to have someone deliver that. And that thing's huge.
Of course. Yeah.
Hoffman in the chair.
Yep.
That's a lot of stuff. The lawyer.
It's elaborate.
The lawyer, I mean, that's a long game. That's a long con setup with him. He's in the first trap hoping that he doesn't die. Like, what if he died?
Yeah.
5.
Yep.
Escapability.
I think escapability is pretty low. Again, because of all the human behavior parts that like he's kind of rigged it so it's gonna go. Rig intended. But like everyone's gonna die here, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't even remember what Eric did. Like, why did Eric deserve to die again?
I don't know. I didn't see 2, so
he already escaped a bunch of saw traps. Like,
he's earned it. He's earned his vacation, but he got it now.
I hate to see it. Nope.
R&Rs, I'm probably going pretty high in this one. I mean, you're either hanging, you're melting, you're electrocuting, or
I was gonna say if it just smashed your head, probably pretty low because like you're not gonna even probably know what happened, right? But he's hanging for like a day.
Hey, Eric, don't lose your head, Eric. You know,
right? I mean, at least 90 minutes, because again, all of this is supposed to be contained in 90 minutes somehow.
So like a 3 on the O-Nos on the R&Rs?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
And what would you do? I guess this is a tough one. Where are we? Who are we?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, which guy are we? I mean,
can't be
Eric
Hoffman.
Can't really do anything.
Can't be Hoffman because he escapes because it's his trap.
He's the architect, right? Maybe the lawyer, because the lawyer is really the one who can control things here to a degree.
Yeah,
like he could have done a better job of preventing Rig from coming through the door. Like he could have done a better job of explaining why Rig shouldn't shoot him.
Yep. I agree with that. Yep. Rig could have just not been so.
Rig didn't have to shoot anyone.
No, he just stopped killing people, man. That's all. Stop busting through doors and killing people. This isn't hard.
Yeah, I guess he got a little taste of blood. And
I guess the good thing for Eric is he just doesn't have to go through this anymore. Poor bastard.
Yeah.
So I guess I would.
Yeah, Donnie, you're not going to be in 5.
No. Well, flashbacks.
Perhaps.
All right, so that's good. I feel good about that. Rate the trap there. So
yeah, I agree.
Back to ameliorating. Time is good. Yeah. Editing is a freaking nightmare.
It's a choice. It's definitely a choice.
I think it's a choice for the Saw series, but man, it's a nightmare. Yeah. Absolute nightmare.
It's stylistic.
Don't need to do the weird transition cuts just because they look cool doesn't mean to use them.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Get rid of a lot of these secondary characters. Like Lopez, she doesn't need to be there at all. That whole thing was pointless. I
kind of like, this is what I think Tracy, makes and breaks.
The Tracy plot line, fix that.
The Tracy, clean it up. Yeah. I think what kind of makes and breaks the Saw series is like, there is a story in a plot here that like makes you care. Mm-hmm. Like if it weren't for all of the John backstory, it would just be Hostile or something else where it's like,
that's true.
Violence for violence sake. But at the same time, like that's what the people want.
Yeah. And the backstory.
Get rid of the backstory.
The backstory is so dumb.
It's so dumb and convoluted and like made up for no reason. Like,
yeah, there definitely was like a post like, let's try and shoehorn these things in. Like Billy the Puppet was supposed to be the kid's toy.
It's silly.
It's so silly.
Like make it, if you're going to do it, make it make sense.
I thought the wife and the kid died because she got shot. I thought that's what would happen to them.
I think I might have told you that at some point.
Did you just saw trap me to throw me off?
I might have just sawed you.
You definitely told me that in part 3.
Yeah, I think so. And then I think I said like, Saw fans, get at me because I don't really remember.
And they didn't.
And they didn't.
Okay.
Hero. But yeah, so I think just fix it. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Ditch some of those stylistic choices.
Yeah, Marcus and Patrick there. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Give me more Tracy.
Yeah, more Tracy. She should have been. Yeah. The
more Tracy, more Perez.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Make the women stronger in this movie. Yes. Jill stinks.
Yeah, and make these traps have a little more. I don't know. Okay. All right, that's it. We're done. We're done here. We're
what a day.
We've escaped the Saw trap successfully, or have we?
Yep. I just finished my beer.
It's just begun.
Still a little damp.
Yeah, I'm still covered.
How are your glass wounds?
I'm still in maple syrup, covered in maple syrup.
Oh,
Still puking from the milk I had to drink, but
Good.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. So back next week with a new movie and a trailer trash. In the meantime, follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That. Subscribe where you listen to us, podcasts, whatever. Set us auto download. And if you like the show, tell a friend. I'm so tired from that movie is draining.
Yeah, tell a stranger too. Write a review. We like those. Wherever you do that.
Do it.
Yeah, maybe send us an email if you want. We'll read it in trailer trash like we always do. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. If you want to like tell us about your favorite Saw trap, do that. We want to know. Or just go to the website because you forgot everything that Russ and I said. We're pretty exhausted. You can find merch. There's t-shirts and mouse pads and mugs and whatever else you want. Probably no mouse pads.
Nope, no mouse pads.
Speaking of other things you can't buy, Russ's book Host, you can buy wherever you buy books, just not from our website. But you should. And go to the website anyway. Who cares? It's thismeetsthat.com.